In this video, I'll demonstrate the steps of helping students create a web page on Adobe Spark. It's increasingly important for students to create a digital portfolio of their work for potential colleges, employers, and such. And I have a website where I link all of my students' portfolios. I don't have students turn in any work to me. Instead, I grade it all from their portfolio. So everything they create is in one place. And then at the end of the year, I let them leave in their favorite pieces and teach them how to turn it into a resume. And I frequently have students continue updating their portfolios even after they have left my class. So there's no app to download. You'll get to Spark either by going through the Creative Cloud, or you can search for Adobe Spark. If you have an account already, you can sign in, or if you don't have an account, you can sign up with email, and then you would create an account for free. I have an account, so I will click Sign In, and it will prompt you to sign in with different locations, and you can also log in with a school account. Ours are connected with our Google, and you may or may not see some of these screens. Adobe has what's called an Enterprise ID, which many companies and schools use. My page might look different than yours. Adobe is always updating and offering new features. Scrolling down, you'll see my previous projects and lots of fantastic customizable templates that you can use. Back up at the top, you'll see all the different types of projects that you can create, and we're going to choose web page. I have students start by typing in their name for the title, and if they're under the age of 18, I recommend just using their last initial for some privacy. For the subtitle, I have them type in the name of the course, and this is just good publicity. I show these pages during open house and back to school night, etc. This plus sign allows them to add a backdrop image, and the panel on the right will connect them to different locations where their photos might be stored. It's the first image visitors will see, so I tell students to choose wisely and make a powerful first impression. Here's an example of a web page I've already created, and if students choose a portrait, the assumption is that the photo will be of them. Again, if they're under 18, an obscured image like this one might be best. On the upper right, there are different themes that mainly affect the font styles, and students can scroll down and choose the one that they like most. Moving below the main image, you can see the plus sign, which has more options. Students can add photos, text, buttons for links, videos, and they can also choose different layouts for their media. I ask students to show their process as much as possible, so in this case, you'll see the befores and afters. And I also have students label the skills that they use to create these images. Back up at the top, you can see settings, and that has to do with branding and logos, so we usually skip that. Preview allows students to see what their web page will look like once it's published, and Present does pretty much the same but in full screen. The most important button is Share and Publish and Share Link. Think of this as the Save button. Though Adobe Spark auto-saves the progress, every time students make changes, they will have to click on Share and update their link. Otherwise, nobody will be able to see these changes. It's very hard to get students to remember to do this, so in the beginning, I give them constant reminders. I also suggest having students place their newer work at the top, similar to Instagram, so that I'm not scrolling to the bottom to grade their latest project, seeing if it's been updated. They can post their link to different sites, or they can copy and paste the link directly. However, let them know that this is not the same as the URL. I tell them the URL is for you, the link is for the public. And this is the same link that is attached to their name on our Student Studio's website. This link stays the same, so they only need to give it to me once. Students can also print their pages and invite others to view their pages, which is the same as this button here. You may want to have them add you, or if they're working in groups, they can work on the same page together. The Spark page icon in the upper left corner brings them back to their home page. Here they can see their project, and if they hover over it, they can edit the project, or they can click on these three dots and bring up some more options. They can again share it and invite. They can duplicate, move it to a new individual folder if they'd like to group pages. They can rename it, delete it, find it in a project, and unpublish it. I also have a YouTube video where I walk students through this same process, going more in depth with the layout tools in Spark, which you are welcome to use for your students as well. So that is how you use Adobe Spark to help students create their own online portfolios.